So here we are on our way to Okinawa. It is often called the Hawaii of Japan, but since I never been to Hawaii before, I just have to take their word for it. We went during late November, and the moment we got off the plane, it was so hot and humid. And look at all these plants inside the airport. Like, it's so pretty. While Okinawa does have public transportation, it is 1,000 times better to rent a car. Unfortunately, I can't drive in Japan, but fortunately my friends can, so thank you, friends. We actually have to take a shuttle car to the rental car place, but after we got our car, off we went. Our first stop was to a soba shop. Okinawa soba hits different, and I must say, I think it's kind of better than regular soba. The noodles are thicker and made out of wheat with a much lighter but similar to ramen broth. Afterwards, we went to Naha Kakusai Dori shopping street for just some free roaming around and potentially buying some souvenirs early on. Like all shopping streets, there are many food souvenirs, restaurants, and cafe. Okinawa is known for their chinsoku cookies. It's technically like a small biscuit that's mainly made out of lard and flour that can be flavored anything, but it's really soft and delicious, and I'm kind of addicted to it. Okinawa is known for their black sugar, which is kind of different from brown sugar. The TLDR is, instead of molasses and white sugar, it's cooking down sugarcane. Because Okinawa is very tropical, they also have a lot of fruit. We specifically stopped at this dried fruit store where I assume the owner just started feeding us with a bunch of samples. Also, Blue Seal is an ice cream brand here. It's very popular, so we also ate that. After some morning exploring, we drove up to Nago City to check into our hotel. It was about an hour drive. Our hotel is the Terrace Club at Busena. It is a very fancy hotel, which technically it was not my choice because it took like 2/3 of the budget. Anyway, it was around Christmas time, which explains the Christmas decoration. While we were waiting, we actually got some tea, which I was very surprised. When we got to our hotel, it felt very luxurious. We got 2 rooms, which means 2 rooms per person, and one person got a very large bed. Each room has a very large bathroom, and the living room faces a private beach. And one of my friends took the car to give gifts to her professor because she used to go to university here. So in the meantime, the rest of us explored the hotel. The hotel has a pool and a private beach. Too bad you can't really swim at the beach because there's lots of warnings about venomous animals. This hotel is technically a resort, so there's lots of things to do, but I can't really explore everything. Not sure if these palm trees usually have lights or if it's just for Christmas, but it really does help set the mood. And you also get one free drink. It's a fruit mixed drink and it's very delicious and refreshing. One of the main appeal for this hotel was because the hotel has an all-you-can-eat dinner, which is actually separate from the hotel room costs. It was so good, but the cost was higher than we anticipated, so we just kind of decreased the budget overall. But lots of good food and fruit for dessert. The next day, we had a Japanese-style breakfast. I'm pretty sure this was part of the hotel cost, and my god, this was a lot of food. After having breakfast, we drove an hour away to go kayaking. I love kayaking. I've done it before in high school in our pool, and it was one of the only water sports that we could all do together. We kayaked around mangroves at Nature Mirai. It wasn't that sunny, so we weren't blinded by the sun, and the breeze was very nice, so we weren't drenched in sweat. And I don't know, there's something fun about being able to paddle your way through in the water, which makes it fun, at least to me. Afterwards, we drove to the closest town to get some taco rice. Taco rice, like the name suggests, is basically taco with rice. And the place we went to has this cute little dog. They also sell regular tacos with the taco shells, and I was the only one that opted for taco rice. We found a nice little picnic place, and there was a cute little small cat that stopped by. By the time we finished eating, we headed back to the car, and the sky was getting significantly darker than it was in the morning. And yep, we figured it was gonna downpour rain, so we tried to run as fast as we could, but we ended up getting soaked anyway. Like, my hair was wet, like I just got out of the shower. Of course, the rain stopped. After 10 minutes, we started driving. I managed to fall asleep in the car ride. I thought we were going back to a hotel, but we ended up driving to a local market. This market was like half supermarket and half souvenir, and I don't remember much there. Afterwards, we drove back to the hotel and chilled there for a while. The hotel has a nice little cafe with a cake and tea set, like a little tea party, which I and another friend enjoy, and it was so good. Of course, we catched our daily evening saxophone event. And for dinner, we went to a modern isekai and ate great food. The next morning, we had our breakfast buffet, and for this day, we split into 2 groups. So one group went scuba diving, and the other 2, me and another person, stayed back at the hotel to do some shisa painting. Once the scuba diving team got back, me and my friend drove to the Okinawa aquarium. For those who don't know, the aquarium is quite north. Like, I think it's about an hour from where we are. The aquarium area is quite nice, honestly. It faces the ocean, where you can see lots of nearby islands, lots of green space, and areas to rest and relax at. And the aquarium was quite interesting. After getting our tickets, we made our way through. Since Okinawa's location is very tropical, there's lots of information about the ocean area, and more specifically the Ryukyu Islands. The most famous thing about the Okinawa aquarium is this very wide glass where you can like sit back and watch a screen full of like ocean fish. There was a small cafe and restaurant area inside the aquarium. You can get a closer view of this tank. We got fries and ice cream while just relaxing and sitting by near the tank. My favorite ocean area in general is the dark waters or deep waters, but my friend was a little scared of them, so we kind of passed through that a little quickly, and we just took around the merch and souvenir shop. After the aquarium, we drove back to our hotel. We went to the evening live saxophone event while drinking our complimentary drinks. We made our way to dinner, which was more my style of an izakaya, a little more homey with amazing food, cheap, very cheap, delicious food. After eating, we stopped by Blue Seal one more time to get some ice cream. We drove back to our hotel as fast as we could, so 2 of us can get some Sento onsen bath time. The next day was our last day in Okinawa. We had our last breakfast buffet. We checked out of our hotel and drove to the nearby local market next to the hotel. And this place has way more items to buy, and I think has more fun things to just look around. Afterwards, we drove back to Naha Airport and hopped onto our plane back to Fukuoka. That was my Okinawa trip. I probably will go back again if I get my driver's license here, or if I can get someone to drive me around. Thanks for watching. Bye!